Saturday night. I was here in July. It was awesome. Was anybody remember? Did you see my show in July, this past July? Anybody? No? You should have. It was a good one. Really good. We're doing all new jokes tonight. You should have been at the last one. Trust me. That's cool. Great. Now I don't have to do my new jokes. I do all the old ones. Great. Why did I write so many jokes this past few months? Could just regurgitate the old ones. Thanks. That's cool. Yeah, St. George is awesome. This is a happy pandemic, everybody. Happy pandemic. Hello. How's your pandemic? Oh, I forgot this is Utah. There wasn't a pandemic. What's funny is that some of you are clapping because like, yeah, F the pandemic. And some of you clapping because like, I don't know. I'm sure there's a couple people in here like, oh yeah, there was a pandemic. Whatever happened to that? You guys are crazy. I love it. This is weird. This is the first time that I've ever been in a time or a place where you had to clarify how someone died. Like if I told someone like, hey, oh, my brother died, they just assume it's COVID. Right? It's like, oh, my brother died. It's like, gosh dang COVID. It's like, no, he was just surfing actually. He was surfing, he wore a mask, he was vaccinated, had nothing to do with COVID. You know, like I've been fortunate enough to never have to live in a time or place where that was the case. You know, like in New York in 2001, it's like, oh, my dad died. God dang terrorist. Like, no, he was just surfing. He worked out from home. Nothing to do with the Twin Towers. He was just surfing. You know, it's like, oh, my cousin died in Pearl Harbor. Gosh dang Japs. No, this was 2 weeks ago. He was just surfing. Like, nothing to do with the war. I feel like it was worse during like caveman times because everyone just assumes it was a dinosaur. You know? It's like, hey, here, Lucy died? Freaking T-Rex. Gosh dang T-Rex. Like, no, a staph infection. Can't keep anything clean out here. Like, oh, my neighbor to the left died. Velociraptor. It's like, nah, suicide actually. You know? It's like, really? He's doing so well. He had all those cave paintings, just got the wheel. Never can tell these days. Why'd he kill himself? I don't know, he just got a piece of wood, went out in the ocean, tried to stand up on it. It's really weird. I missed traveling during the pandemic. You to come driving from LA to here was the only traveling I did all last year during the pandemic. And I missed traveling. Like I was in the UK pre-COVID. I was in the UK, and the food is terrible in the UK. Don't go to England. The food, Scotland, the UK, or the food is terrible. I couldn't help but think like if the food's this bad now, how bad must it have been like 500 years ago, right? Because they would just go and conquer other countries for some paprika. You know? Like the Queen of England's like, ugh, this food is bland. Go take over India and bring back some curry. Christopher Columbus was the first delivery driver. Right? He was a conquistador dash. It's like, your driver Christopher has picked up your spices and returning in 3 to 6 months. How frustrating would that have been by looking at the app like, no, that's the wrong India, that's the wrong India. Cancel order. Got to wait another 3 to 6 months. Depending on how much genocide he's doing on his way over. It's true. Don't get mad at me. I miss traveling. I hate souvenirs though. Don't buy me a souvenir. If you're going to, don't buy me souvenirs. I think a souvenir is just someone's way of being like, hey, remember that place that's too broke to go to? Here's the name of that city on the keychain, you know? It's always something useless, like, hey, I got you this shirt from the Hard Rock Cafe in London. It's like, I'd rather just have some leftovers, right? I'd get more use out of a blooming onion. Give me one of those. Someone always says, like, oh, I wish you were here. It's like, really? You wish I was there? If you had 3 wishes, you use one of them to get me there? It's like, well, I have good news for you. You can save your wish and just buy me a plane ticket. I would respect this more honest, too. Like, hey, I'm in Yellowstone National Park. I got chased by a bear. I know I run faster than you. Really wish you were here. I owed my friend some lunch. And so I was like, hey, there's a really good taco truck. Hey, I'll get you some tacos. And he said, no, I don't like tacos. Get me a burrito instead. I was like, dude, that's the same thing. He was like, no, I don't like tacos because they didn't finish folding it, so it makes a mess. I was like, dude, if you don't like tacos for that reason, you're going to hate fajitas. Fajitas just DIY tacos. Right? If you like do-it-yourself projects and Mexican cuisine, try fajitas. You'll love it. Right. If IKEA sold tacos, it would just be a plate of fajitas. It's like, we'll give you all the parts, but you gotta build it yourself. It's like a quesadilla is like, no one showed up for work at the taco factory except the cheese guy. He's like, where's everybody at? I'm doing my job. You know? Tostadas, they just ran out of plates making the fajitas. Like, no platos, nada. Nada? Tostada? I feel like I have COVID brain, dude, like because I wasn't doing anything. I mean, all my jokes are dumb observations, like, 'cause I wasn't doing anything. And I did this a couple times recently. I put my shoe on the wrong foot. You ever do that? Put the left shoe on the right foot, something like that. It was a sandal. It's always like a sandal or a slipper. It's nothing with laces. I'm good with laces. Right? And so I just decided to look up, like, when did they start making directional shoes? And the first right-footed shoe was invented in 1818. That wasn't that long ago. Like, it should have been a lot longer ago. You know? I'll put it in perspective for you. The first horseshoe was invented in 400 BC. Yeah. So for like 2,400 years, people were just walking around like, man, my feet are killing me. Those horses sure look comfortable. What's their secret? Serious. That's why when the settlers came over to the new country, they didn't dance as good as the natives. Natives danced around making it rain with bison fur moccasins. The settlers got two left boots on their feet, just dancing in squares. You know? It's not their fault. They got rhythm. Their feet hurt. They can't dance. That's why at the Revolutionary War, soldiers would stand in a line and fire guns across the field at each other because they're like, yeah, I'll fight, but I'm not taking one more goddamn step. My feet are killing me. See a soldier getting his leg cut off. It's not because he got shot. He couldn't take it anymore. They just cut him off. I'm done walking. Cut it off. So the first right-foot shoe was invented in 1818. They estimated by 1850 over 100,000 slaves had escaped through the Underground Railroad. Coincidence? I think not. Come on. It's like, is that Harriet Tubman girl? No, Marvin, it's gotta be the shoes. Imagine it had some like Nike Air Tubmans on their feet. They all would have been gone. There would have been no Civil War. I was trying to stay in shape during the pandemic, and my friend told me, he's like, hey, you should swim. Swim is a low-impact sport. It's less risk of getting injured. I was like, yeah, but it's a higher risk of getting drowned, right? It's like, I quit playing basketball because I hurt my ankle. My friend Rick quit swimming because he drowned, you know? Like, my kid's going to play basketball in high school because that's what his dad did. Rick's kid's going to be afraid of water because he drowned, all right? Like, oh, don't play football, you can get head injuries and get CTE and lose your memory. Oh, you mean so I won't remember how Rick drowned? That's too bad. Don't play hockey, it's a brutal sport, they encourage fighting. Oh, I got one question about hockey. Is the ice frozen solid? Because if so, Rick wouldn't have drowned. Played hockey. I got a new girlfriend in the pandemic. Thank you, yeah, it went great, it was going great. And I told her, I was like, man, I wish I met you like 10 years ago, you know? Like when I was younger, I was better looking, you know? And there was no pandemic going on. And she said the sweetest thing. She's like, don't worry, I'll be there for the next 10. Yeah, thank you, right. And I was like, that's gonna be like the worst 10. Right? Oh, you missed my 30th birthday in Vegas, but you'll be at my 40th for the colonoscopy. That's gonna be real fun. That's great, you know? She talks in her sleep. She talks so much in her sleep, she started a podcast, doesn't even know it. Seriously. She's on top 10 of iTunes, has no idea. No idea at all. Sometimes she moans in her sleep. It's all just funny and cute. One time she was laughing in her sleep, so I shook her awake. Who you laughing at, huh? The funny with me? Better be me. Couldn't handle that. We get in arguments like most couples do. I try to just present a logical, reasoning behind my opinions, right? But she still gets mad at me. She says, it's not about what you say, it's about the tone of your voice when you say it. Yeah, some of you understand that. So I found a way around that to make these better. So now whenever we get in an argument, I just go like, you're a jerk, you're a jerk. You're the biggest jerk, you're nagging and complaining, makes you want to shoot my brain in. You're a jerk, you're a jerk, you're a jerk. Can't get mad. It's not about the words, it's about the tone. I'm sure God's saying that to me every time. My favorite letter in the alphabet is the letter V because I'm dyslexic, and that's one you can't really mess up. Right? Plus, if you accidentally wrote it lowercase, you need to be uppercase. It's a quick fix. You're writing a letter like, "My dearest Victoria." Shoot. Oh, cool. She'll never know. Being dyslexic, my smartphone makes me feel like a dumb user. You know, have you ever texted a word so wrong it doesn't even have a suggestion for you? It's a daily occurrence for me. I tried texting one word on my phone. She said, "What are you talking about, bro?" That's like said on the screen. I can't message girls like when I was singing, like, "Hey, I'm really hopping to see you. You know? What collage did you go to?" I texted my friend Josh, said, "Hey, I massaged you last night. How can you massage me back?" He just blocked me. No idea what's going on. Like, what did I say? Being dyslexic, being dyslexic, I was in some special ed in junior high school. And when I was in junior high school, what they did is that you were in your regular class, but they'd come and pull you out of class like twice a week to give you some like special education, like special attention. It's always me and this albino kid named Salvador. And all the teachers aren't like as smart as you think they are because it only took like 2 weeks before a pattern started to form, and the whole class like, why is there always a John and albino Sal? Like, what's going on with them? How come they're always getting picked out of class? It's great. So albino Sal, people didn't expect much from him because he was real messy. He was all blind and albino. His eyes would go back and forth, you know. They look like the cat from Alice in Wonderland, like the color of them. Pretty sure if you stared at him, he'd hypnotize you. I don't know, but me, I looked normal, so they expected a lot more of me, you know. Like it's bad. You know it's bad when the ESL kids are teaching you your English. You know what I mean? Like they're like, no, it's E before C, before T, except after C. It's like C, C. I'm not. That's why I do comedy because I'm not. You know, I didn't go all to schooling because of my dyslexia. But if I was gonna be like something like a fancy job, like a smart job, I'd want to be a scientist, not a regular scientist, a Doritos flavor scientist. You know what I mean? I think they're like the head of the class in the science building. Right? You go to like the science labs, and it's just like they're in the break room. It's like, hey, how are things going on the 12th floor, Bob? Pretty good. If all things go right, we'll have a nasal spray COVID vaccine by the end of the month. How are things up on the 179th floor, Jim? It's like, not bad. Things go well, you'll be eating a Cooler Ranch Dorito this summer. I've been gauging my success based on how many working batteries I have in my house. Turns out I'm not doing that well. Like, I look like I'm doing all right. You come to my house, try to turn my TV, and you're like, hey, John, your TV's not working. I'm like, no. You open the back and remote control and roll the batteries back and forth. That'll work. You're like, hey, John, there's no batteries in your remote. Like, my bad. Take the batteries out of the DVD remote, put them in the TV remote. Now it's working. My landlord came over, got all mad at me. He's like, hey, how come your smoke detectors take apart, there's no batteries in them? I'm like, oh, that's probably because I'd rather risk burning to death in my sleep than buying more batteries. For a place I don't even own. You know? My parents are doing great. My parents are killing it. Because I go to their house, and in the kitchen, they have a drawer full of brand new extra batteries. All the sizes, all the letters, A's, C's, D's, all of them. Like, why do you get so many D batteries? You listen to a CD cassette boombox outside on the weekend? What's going on? They're like, oh no, those are backup batteries for the flashlights, in case the flashlights die. Why do you have so many flashlights? In case the power goes out. So they have backup power for their backup power. They're balling. It's ridiculous. It wasn't like that growing up. Growing up, we were a single battery household. Like, if I got a toy for Christmas, batteries not included, I had to wait for my birthday to get the batteries to play with that toy. Like, growing up, my dad used to make us lick the 9-volt battery, see if it still works. You guys have licked a 9-volt battery when you're 7? They'd rather electrocute children's tongues than go buy batteries that they didn't need. You know? I had electronic Battleship when I was a kid, but it was just Battleship. If you were come over play today now, you gotta make noise in your mouth. Just whistle or something. There's no batteries in there. See, 'cause my parents had 3 kids at home with 1 income. Now they have no kids at home with 2 incomes. They're just buying their batteries at Costco, like just in case, you know. And now I want to go to their house, I look in that drawer and I just think, when did these all be mine? And you come to my house, you're like, hey John, your batteries aren't dead. I'm like, I know, my parents are. You know? What you're owing. I mean, that's the silver lining. When people die, you inherit things, you know? I think that's why it's so tragic when young people die, because they don't own shit, you know? Like my great-grandfather died, we all got a little bit of money, I used it to put towards buy a car. My friend Charles in high school died, they were trying to give away his car, but it was a lease, nobody wanted it, you know? My grandma died, my mom was like, hey, we can still make tamales at Christmas, we have grandma's recipe. My friend Charles in high school died, I got his rap notebook. You know, like what am I supposed to do with that? There's been in the news a lot, there's been like a lot of talk of hate crimes. You guys watch the news, you hear about that? Which, this guy laughs at the word hate crimes. I'm gonna keep an eye on him. Just because if he was going, he wanted to make it, because he's wearing like a bowling shirt. He's very unassuming. We would not think he's into hate crimes. But that's just what he wants you to think, you know what I mean? But here's also, I think we need to change the name for like racially motivated crimes. Because isn't every crime a hate crime? Right? Are people out there stabbing fools they admire? Like, is that happening? Like, if I got in trouble for a hate crime, like, John's arrested for a hate crime. He shot 20 people in downtown LA. It's like, whoa, hate crime, slow down. I don't hate anybody, all right? I just love shooting people. It's a crime of passion, really. Be in jail, like, what are you in for? A hate crime. I'm a Nazi. I tried killing a bunch of Jews. How about you? Me too, a hate crime. I tried to kill my neighbor Jerry. I freaking hate that guy. There's another comedian, Chase is here. I don't know where he is, but he's here and he has his little baby. Yes, give up for Chase. He has his baby with a very cute kid, which I assume, it's Utah. Everyone has a baby here, right? Or had a baby at one time, now it's an adult. I have a couple nieces and nephews, and what I don't get is why do all the babies' clothes have so many pockets? My nephew has cargo shorts, full pockets. He takes 4 fingers to pick up 1 Cheerio. He's not using those pockets. He has 1 set of keys, and they're not gonna fit in those pockets. They're huge. My niece can't even walk. She has a dress with pockets. It's ridiculous. Is it because all the mom's clothes don't come with pockets anymore? Is that why? Like, just put in the baby's clothes. It's like a purse that poops. You know? You guys, there's a new Fast and Furious movie coming out. You gonna see that?
Woo!
Really?
Wow.
I'm not. For one reason, because I find them unrealistic for one reason. It's because every time Dom, the main character, needs to assemble the team, everyone's just available waiting by the phone. Like, it's 2020, nobody answers the phone, first of all. Like, there's not one scene of him like, hey, Ludacris, can you call me back? It's really, really urgent, you know? It's like one scene of him like trying to talk, is like one of his friends from the previous movies, and he's like, bro, we're like 50 now, you know? Like, I was down to ride with you the first 6 films, but it's time to grow up, you know? Our daughters go to the same high school. Dumb observations, I told you, it's 2020. The last thing, this is not a dumb observation, this is true. And I thought about today because I went to one of the lakes here and I saw some people in a paddle boat. You guys know these paddle boats? It's like a big plastic 4x4 and you just kind of, you paddle with your feet and the boat moves. You're making the boat move with your feet, basically. I won one of these at a fair, like about 1.5 years ago. A big 4-person paddle boat. And I have no reason for a 4-person paddle boat. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment in Los Angeles. I was a little jealous because it's bigger than my living room, the paddle boat. It's like, maybe I could put a TV in here, just sitting here. And so I put it online to sell. And I got a phone call, and these people, they wanted to buy the paddle boat. And I asked them why. I just had no idea who would want a paddle boat. And they told me it's because they were in Lake Paris on a motorboat, and her little brother fell in. I was talking to the daughter. Her little brother fell in the water. The dad jumped in and saved the little brother, saved his brother, but drowned himself. And the water was too cold, and the sheriff said the body hasn't come up yet, you gotta wait. So they think, we'll buy this paddle boat, and we'll go do what the authorities can't. We'll go find the body ourselves. I looked it up just because I couldn't believe it. True story. So that means they wanted to use my paddle boat to go out there, her and her brother, just like with all their paddle boats of like the grandparents and their kids feeding the ducks, like, hey, have you seen our dad floating around here? 160, maybe 180 with the bloating, maybe 150 if the fish has gotten to him. No? Okay. Hey, you two teenagers over there trying to make out for the first time. Have you seen our dad floating around here? No? Okay. 180 with the bloating, 150, no? All right. They lost a man when they had a motorized boat. What are they going to do with a paddle boat? Like, where's the ethics that I have? Like, I can't, right in conscience, give you this boat. And then, what was it? Oh, and then what do they think if they do the impossible that the authorities couldn't do? They use a paddle boat, they find their dad's dead body. They're just gonna tie a rope and paddle him in? It's bad enough when your little brother doesn't paddle, put his work in. You have a dead weight down there. You're not gonna paddle him in, that's ridiculous. I'll give you quads like The Rock, come on. I knocked off $50 and I sold it to him, you know? I figured that was a nice thing to do. Guys, last thing, thank you for coming out here, because I've been doing a lot of Zoom shows. This is my 3rd indoor show this year. And Zoom shows are worse, because like I was afraid I wasn't gonna remember my jokes because I'm wearing pants. I'm just not used to it, you know? They are great for one thing, for selling merch. After my Zoom shows, I was able to get rid of a couple houseplants and an old futon. It was awesome. I am actually selling merch still after the show. I have some really cool Comedy Dream Team t-shirts in the back. Check them out. I have some free stickers to give away. Come say hi on your way out. Thanks a lot, guys. Get back up for your host.
John, everybody.